What's up, guys? Today I want to talk to you about the top 5 things to do when you apply for a job. All right, and I can tell you this from both sides, having had tons of jobs, but also more importantly, probably been on 1,000 interviews at this point for the different companies that I have. All right, so the first thing you need to do is research the company that you're applying for. I know that with Indeed and Monster and all these job sites, you may think it's just, you can just go through and rapid fire apply, and you can do that. But most of the time, nobody really looks at those. They decline them as soon as they come in because it's just generic, and you can tell, you know, if you're I'll give you a perfect example, right? If you're working at the 7-Eleven in Lehigh Acres and you apply for a $50,000 personal training job with no experience, you get declined faster than your credit card probably does. Okay, so please don't do that. Make sure you research the job that you're applying for. With that research, the other thing you want to look at is, does this job even make sense for what I do? Who are the other people who work there? And I'll go into that in a little bit. But what does the company do? How long have the employees been there, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. These are things that you can go find out. What is the typical age range? What is the typical physical appearance, right? So, like, again, you know, we've had people apply for positions at our supplement company and they look like Gandalf the Grey. Like, why would we ever hire that person? And again, I know you can't hire and fire based on looks, so I'm not saying that's the reason they got declined. I'm just saying maybe we saw them and it wasn't a good fit. So you can do with that as you want. You can cancel me if you want. I don't know if that's illegal or not, but there you go. All right, cover letter. Second thing, cover letter. This is the most important thing that most people don't do, and a great one separates you fast, okay? A cover letter is so important because it tells people that you took the time to research the company, why you would be a good fit, what skill sets you have that would benefit the company, and those things are massive when it comes to actually getting an interview, which is the point of applying for the job, right? Now, once you're on the interview, you're on your own, and maybe I can do a top 5 interviews things if you guys want to, let me know in the comments, but that's something that just do, okay? Third, go check out the place you're gonna work and the vibe, right? If you're applying at a grocery store, go to the grocery store. If you're applying at a gym, go to the gym, right? Like, go experience the product, experience the staff, experience the vibe. See if it's something you actually want to be a part of. I can't tell you how many times we've had people who got all the way through the process, we did all these different things, and they get in and they just don't fit the vibe, they don't fit the culture, they don't really fit in with, it wasn't the experience they look for. I can give you a perfect example. We had one guy, we called him Dr. Bob. Right? And so he worked at one of our locations a long, long time ago. This huge powerlifter guy, had his doctorate, super smart guy, but this dude would like eat raw eggs like in a mason jar for like snacks, and like he'd eat like raw meats, and all he talked about was powerlifting. All he knew was powerlifting. And if you've ever been to one of our gyms, that is the literal opposite of what we do. So even though he had incredible credentials, he was incredibly intelligent, he was incredibly smart, when we sat him down, because obviously when you're doing a job that's not for you, your energy goes down, your ability goes down, your passion goes down. And we both sat down and we were like, hey man, like, how are you liking this? He's like, I hate it. And I was like, we hate you here too. So like, it ended up just being a great, like, mature way to handle it, and we got out of that. But again, the more you can experience something before you apply, because remember guys, it's a job. And what a lot of you don't understand as employees is, if your job opportunity is longer than your body count, people don't want you, right? It's like a chick with 500 bodies. Most dudes don't want you around, right? So if you've had 27 jobs this year, A, that tells most employers that A, it's something wrong with you. B, you don't stick around long. You're always looking for the next opportunity, which is why you're broke in the first place. And C, there's not really much to invest in you because we know that in 4 to 8 weeks, you're gonna be on the hunt for something else, right? So huge red flag. Make sure that you're choosing your jobs wisely. You're doing a great job at that. And that goes into number 4 is, who else works there, right? It's not hard to go through a business and see who works there. It's not hard to go on social and see who works there. It's not hard to pick up the damn phone and say, hey, who are your employees that I can talk to? I really want to know if this job's for me. And what you're going to find out if you do that is, A, you'll be able to develop relationships with the people who work there before you work there, which, trust me, if you get to talk to somebody and they really like you, they're gonna go tell their boss, hey man, like, I know you're doing interviews. This guy just called me and wanted to talk about it. Like, he had some great questions, seemed like a really good guy. You're almost guaranteed at least an interview after that. right? So actually calling the business, seeing who works there, asking them how long have they been there, what are the benefits, blah, 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 right? And that goes into the fifth thing, which is what opportunity does that company actually give you, right? So again, if you're gonna be the manager at a gym, is there career advancement opportunity? What is the corporate ladder structure inside of that company? Or are you just working at a place where you're getting paid a certain amount of hour and you're hoping for that quarter raise or that 50-cent raise or that dollar raise twice a year, once a year, and that's really the only upward mobility you have, right? You're gonna be a cashier till the day you die. Well, those are the things that you wanna look for because again, for most jobs, it's about the potential, right? Not the upfront baseline, right? So at our companies, we start everybody at the bottom and they work their way up. And now we have people making 6 figures plus inside of our company, right? But they all started at the very, very bottom, worked their way up every step of the way, improved themselves every step of the way. And the more initiative they took, the faster they got there. The more results they produced, the faster they got there. So it's also about seeing the opportunity and having that conversation in the interview, right? Is, hey, I get that I might be starting here, but where is the opportunity in your company? And how do I get there? These are super important questions to ask. So these are the top 5 things when applying for a job that you really, really, really should do.